Okay, hello everybody. It's Wednesday today and chapter 4 is about to be read. That's our last chapter of Isadora Moon Goes Camping. After this, you should be able to log on to Accelerated Reader and find Isadora Moon Goes Camping and do the quiz and hopefully score that appropriate level. Okay, chapter 4. So Pink Rabbit and Marina and I had tea together with Princess Delphinia and her merbear. We had cupcakes and sea berries and little shrimp sandwiches with the crust cut off. It was all very nice, but everything tasted a bit soggy. That was lovely, I said politely. Thank you. Could I please have the comb now? Princess Delphinia frowned. I will give it to you, she said, if you play a game of hide and seek with me. But, I began. I'll count, said the princess. Go and hide. So we all played hide and seek for quite a long time, and Marina whispered to me that we must always let the princess win, so we did. That was great fun, said the princess. Let's play something else now. I stared upwards towards the surface of the water and felt a bit worried. It was starting to get late. Let's play dress up, said the mermaid princess, and she led us over to the big box of jewels by her throne. She began to pick out pearl necklaces and coral bracelets and shiny tiaras made of shells and starfish. Put these on, she ordered, holding the jewels out towards me. I started to object. Oh, go on, the princess said. No one ever comes to play with me. I glanced up at the surface of the water again. It was getting lighter by the second. I can't, I said. I'm sorry, but I really have to go. Can I have the comb back now, please? The princess looked cross and a little bit sad. I'll give it to you, but if you give me Pink Rabbit, she said. Oh no, I said, shocked. I absolutely cannot give you Pink Rabbit, and he would hate living under the sea. The princess looked disappointed, and suddenly I knew what the matter was. She was lonely. I have an idea, I said. Why don't I try and magic your merbear alive for you to exchange for the comb? I have my mum's wand with me. I think I know how to do it. The princess's eyes lit up. She hugged her merbear to her chest and then held it out towards me. Yes, she said, yes. If you can make my bear come alive, I promise I will give you the comb. I held out Mum's wand and pointed it at the bear. Using a magic wand is not my strongest skill, but I had to try. I waved it back and forth in the water and a stream of bubbles shot out the end. When they cleared, the merbear was twitching his head and moving his paw about, but still something wasn't quite right. Quickly I waved the wand again and again until finally I got it right. Phew, I whispered to Pink Rabbit. That almost didn't work. The princess beamed happily as a merbear swam round her head in circles. She held out the comb to me. Thank you, Isadora, she said. Take the comb, it's yours. I tucked the comb safely in my pyjama pocket before the princess could change her mind, and then Marina and I said goodbye and left the palace. As we swam back towards the surface of the water, I could see it was morning. We reached the surface, and I took a big gulp of air. Pink Rabbit's bubble popped and I caught him just before he fell into the water. Marina smiled at me and I smiled back. It was nice to meet you, she said. It was nice to meet you too, I replied. Thank you so much for helping me find my dad's comb. It was a pleasure, said Marina in her tinkly little voice. And you've made the mermaid princess very happy. I started to take the magic necklace off. Keep it, said Marina. It won't work again, but it's pretty. You can wear it. Thank you, I said, feeling happy inside. Marina glanced at the rising sun. I'd better go, she said. I don't want to be spotted by any humans, and you had better get back too. I nodded and flapped my wings, sending a flurry of water droplets flying as I rose into the air. Goodbye, Marina, I said. Goodbye, Isadora, she replied. And then, with a splash and a laugh, she was gone. I held Pink Rabbit in my arms, and we flew as fast as we could back to the campsite. It was still very early, and all was quiet. I snuck into Mum and Dad's tent and slipped the wand into Mum's bag before heading to my own tent to put on some dry clothes. When I poked my head out of the tent again, I got the surprise of my life. Dad was sitting by the campfire. He was wearing a t-shirt and shorts, and he was busy making breakfast for everyone. There you are, Isadora, he said. You're up bright and early. But what are you doing up so early, I asked. It looks like it's going to be a lovely day, said Dad. We're going to the beach again. Last night Mum told me that you swam underwater yesterday. I'm really sorry I missed it. It made me realise that I don't want to miss out on anything else this holiday. I can't wait for you to show me your underwater swimming later. I can't wait to show you, I said. But what about your comb, Dad? He looked sad for a minute, but but then he shook his head and shrugged. It was a beautiful comb, he said, very precious, but it was my own fault for bringing it to the beach. I should have left it in the tent. And you know, I've been thinking, spending time with my family is more important than a silly comb. Besides, he said, running a hand through his sleek hair, I've still got my hair gel. I took the comb from behind my back and I held it out to Dad. His eyes went big and wide and his mouth made an O shape. I'm really sorry, I said, but it was me who lost your comb. I put it on my sandcastle and the sea washed it away. But then I went and searched for it and found it. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. Dad took the comb and his face creased up with delight. My comb, he cried, jumping into the air. My beloved comb. He kissed it and ran away into his tent to lock it safely in his suitcase. When Dad came back, we sat down together next to the campfire. You know, Isadora, Dad said, I'm glad you found my comb, but honesty is always the best policy. If you had told me you'd lost it, we could have looked for it together. Sorry, Dad, I said. Dad gave me a big hug and we cooked breakfast together. After that, it was time to go to the beach, and it was the best day ever. Dad came in the sea and let me ride on his back, and then I showed him my underwater swimming, which was loads better after all the practice I had the night before. Dad was very impressed. We all had a picnic together, and then we made the biggest, fanciest sandcastle ever. Fit for a vampire, fairy, mermaid, princess, Dad said. That night I felt so happy as we all sat around the campfire eating our dinner. Dad even tried a roasted marshmallow on a stick. Usually he refuses anything but red juice. Isadora's underwater swimming was fantastic, he said. I'm so glad I got to see it today. I felt prouder than ever as I licked my marshmallow. Dad put his arms around me and Mum and Honey Blossom, and the firelight flickered on our faces. Suddenly I felt very tired. You were just like a mermaid, said Dad as I snuggled into him. I laughed sleepily. Don't be silly, Dad, I said. Everyone knows there's no such thing as mermaids. Then I turned my head and winked to Pink Rabbit. Moonlight flashed off his button eyes, and I could tell he was winking back. I finished talking and realised that the whole class was staring at me with their eyes wide open, even Miss Cherry. It sounds like you had an amazing holiday, Isadora, she said. I want to see a mermaid, shouted out Zoe. I want to toast marshmallows on a campfire, said Oliver. I want to sleep in a tent, said someone else. I pulled the shell necklace out from under my uniform. This is the necklace the mermaid gave me, I told the class. I took it off and held it up in the air so that the shells tinkled together. It sounded like Marina's laugh. Ooh, they all whispered, their eyes big and round like saucers. Zoe's eyes were the biggest of them all. I walked over to her desk and held out the necklace. It's for you, I said to her, a holiday present. Zoe beamed. How lovely, said Miss Cherry. Then she looked at her watch. My goodness, she exclaimed. Look at the time. We'll have to carry on with this after lunch. Thank you, Isadora, for giving us such an interesting account of your holiday. I smiled. Suddenly I didn't mind show and tell so much anymore. I expect your family will be going camping again next year, said Miss Cherry, as you had such a wonderful time this summer. Oh no, I said in surprise. Dad's choosing the holiday next year. We're going to the nighttime vampire hotel. They've got a spa. And that is the end of the book. Okay, so Miss Lyons tells me that you can log on to your accelerated reader environment. Please do that and then complete this quiz. Isadora Moon goes camping. The website is ARFinder or ARReader.com. You can find out the level and then you can do the quiz. And I hope you enjoyed it. It was my pleasure. Thank you. Bye.